I learned so much, but I don't know if what she's telling me is true. And I literally wrote it down and said, I have to bring this up on the show. Backstory. I grew up in Tucson, Arizona, and in Mexico. When I was 12, when I was 11, we moved to Chandler, Arizona. Before that, we didn't have, as far as I know, a washer or dryer, right? I remember my grandma having the little thing that
the washboard.
The washboard, and then they would hang the clothes out to dry in the backyard. Never did my laundry. And then when we moved to Chandler, I remember we got a washer and dryer, and it was like a big deal. My mom being all excited. My mom did my laundry. I was 12. When I became an adult, my mom did my laundry. When I moved out, my mom did my laundry, right? I meet my wife does my laundry. So don't judge me for not knowing anything about my laundry, but we grew up very low income, and I didn't have a washer dryer. Cut to, I'm in the studio yesterday, and I'm telling you guys my jeans are tight, right?
Yeah.
Remember that? I was like, man, my jeans are so uncomfortably tight. And I was like, did I gain weight? Like what? I did weigh myself, and I had gained 4 pounds, but I already lost those 4 pounds, right? So I was just kind of like, the hell's with these jeans? Like, it's really messing with me. Like, I'm gaining weight, and I can't control it because they were so uncomfortable the whole show. So I leave here after the show yesterday. My wife's up in northern Arizona in Pine Top. And I call her, and I'm like, she's like, hey, what's going on? I go, my jeans are tight. I go, it's freaking me out. She goes, relax. Don't let your mind go there. Now, put that on hold for a second.
Okay.
Sometimes my shirts don't fit. My wife will say, oh, I put those in the dryer. I shouldn't have put them in the dryer. I think I'm gaining weight. Like, I can tell, right? Sometimes I used to complain about some of the Love Up shirts sometimes because they were too tight, but in reality, I gained weight, right? Once I lost weight, the shirts fit fine, right? So she goes, I put the shirts shrink because I put them in the dryer. Does that make sense to you guys so far?
Yeah.
Okay. The jeans. I say to her, my jeans are so tight. I don't get it. She goes, oh, that's because I hung those outside to dry. I didn't put them in the dryer. So they're tight. I'm like, wait a second. When my shirts shrink, you say it's because you put them in the dryer. Now you tell me that you put all my jeans in the dryer and they don't shrink? So she goes, just don't let your mind go there. Like, I think she's lying because she doesn't want my mind to go there.
Or maybe it's so dang hot outside, it's hotter than the actual dryer is. So maybe they shrink outside.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But she's
I left a pair of flip-flops outside one time, and they shrunk.
Well, right. Those are rubber. So I got right. So
and like the heat it's pretty intense right now.
Okay, but she's saying as an expert, not as because it's hot. She's saying, hey, your jeans shrank because I dried them outside for whatever reason. I didn't dry them in the dryer. But I'm like, how come my shirts shrink when you put them in the dryer, but my jeans don't shrink when you put them in the dryer?
Because she's probably washing your pants on permanent press, which is not as hot of a heat. That's why they don't shrink. And if the shirts, if she did those on like delicate, they wouldn't shrink either because they don't get as dry. But if it's out in the sun, that heat will shrink it. So she is right.
So she's right.
Totally.
Okay, because then I was just so like thinking she's just trying to talk me off the ledge.
No, that makes total sense.
Because I'm like eating right and I'm counting my calories and I'm doing all this stuff and also my pants don't fit. I mean, they were too, and these are a pair of jeans I wore all the time and they also didn't fit.
If you washed them today, you go home and you wash them on cold and stick them on the dryer and like permanent press in between more and less dry, but closer to less dry, they'll come out fine.
Does that sound right to you, Peyton? Do you do your laundry?
I do my laundry. I don't think I'm very good at doing my laundry, which is why I also bring my laundry to my mom. For her to do.
So you can relate to what I'm saying.
So I can relate, but I'm with Blake and Rich because they seem like they would know what they're talking about.
What about you, Kyle? You do your laundry?
I do my laundry.
And what do you think? Does that sound like something?
Yeah, that's why I said it's really hot out.
Right, but
not as hot as what she would normally dry it as.
So you put clothes outside to dry?
No, I don't.
Oh, so you
But if I were to wash like our comforter, I would probably put that out to dry.
In this heat?
Yeah, and the dryer's too
like
small.
5 seconds.
Then you had a hand towel. Anyway, so now I have another. She was like, the jeans will stretch out the longer you wear them. I go, I've been wearing these for 6 hours and they haven't stretched out yet.
Yeah, but like probably the last time you took them off, you had probably worn them for 5 months.
5-6 months, yeah. No. I've been rotating. Now I'm wearing another pair of jeans right now that is like, I put them on this morning. They were snug like they do when you get them out of the wash. You know what I mean? And then by the time I got here, they're back to stretched out and they're normal. And that's a half hour.
You're never going to wear those other jeans again, are you?
Until I lose 40 pounds.
No.
Until I drop 40 pounds, man.